I think that what makes him, a really, really good coach, a really, really good head coach. He's able to see things from a level that, maybe a 21-year-old kid or, maybe somebody even older than a 21-year-old kid or an 18-year-old kid can see it, and he's able to guide us in the right direction. And he's also able to be that compassionate person, there for us as a coach, and truly show, some compassion and really care about his players. I think that's what really makes him just such a great coach. He does so many great things on the football field, but I think, what he does for us off the field, if I had to go through recruiting, again, a million times I would choose Oklahoma just because of Coach Riley. So.
Is there any examples you can cite, like when you say the things he does for us off the field?
Well, he pours a lot into, different, programs and having different people come talk to us, just specifically to get us prepared for life after football and get us prepared for things become when football does stop. But I think, for me, he's done so much for me, as far as just, learning how to be a leader. Obviously, me being a leader thrown in the fire, at a young age, he's helped me grow so much and helped me expand my way as a man and as a leader, not just a football player, just through, his words of wisdom and, able to just come have those type of conversations where, we're able to, talk on a level that helps me as a person and helps me as a leader.
Where do you think that, he's 6 years old now, 36? Where do you think that comes from at such a young age?
Well, I think he's definitely an individual that's called to do this. I think, that's where it comes from. God called him to do this, and he's given him the wisdom to be able to speak at such a young age. But I definitely think, he's been doing this for a while, so, he's been in the coaching, game, for a very long time, and so I think he's able to, take from all of those experiences and apply it to us and help us be better.
I'm curious if you know any other players around the country at other schools who maybe you converse with them or text or DMs or whatever, and they might express to you that their coach doesn't get them or doesn't relate to them, whereas your coach, being a young guy, seems like he just played not too long ago at Texas Tech, you know what I mean?
Well, I don't talk to too many people, so I wouldn't have anybody specifically, but I just think Coach Riley's a great coach, and I think he's someone that makes everything in that program better just by who he is as a person.
Thanks. Go ahead.
Yeah, the other day you mentioned straight into the ball. I was wondering, why do y'all call it straining?
Just playing with extreme effort. That's the definition I would give it. When our defensive coordinator first came in and told us, we're not going to not play with extreme effort. We're not going to not strain to the ball. And I think, early on it was kind of a thing that we did so we wouldn't get yelled at by our coaches, because we didn't want to maybe run the next morning, or we didn't want to have punishment the next day. But going along throughout the process, we, as a collective group, we kind of seen the effects of what happens when we do strain to the ball, and we're able to understand that this thing, if we do it for us, it could be a weapon for us. And so I think we understand that the effects that it brings, and we understand that how much it makes us who we are when we play with extreme effort.
Was there a moment this season? I know you said at first it was just to not get yelled at, but was there a moment where you saw like, all right, well, this is working for us?
Well, I say it's a lot of moments that going throughout the season where we've seen our effort play dividends for us. But it's a couple moments specifically. Early on in the season versus Texas Tech, obviously about to give up a touchdown off of pretty much an 80-yard run. A guy misses his gap, and obviously able to bust a run open, and then to see our backside safety come from pretty much the line of scrimmage and run the guy down and tackle him on the 2-yard line, and then shortly after that only give up 3 points. So I think that's just who we are. our coaches instill a mentality on us to, they're not in until they're in. They're not in the end zone until they're in. So it doesn't matter where they're at. So, if they get in the red zone, then our goal is to keep them holding the 3 points. And so, for us, that's just who we are.
Can you tell me about Pat Fields and what he's meant to you for this defense as a leader and as a player?
Well, I think he's a young guy that's really came on for us. I think he's a guy that's extremely intelligent. I think he understands what the coaches are asking of him, and he's able to do it effectively. And he's able to come in and make some really big plays for us. So he's been a really consistent person, consistent player for us. Someone that's been the key to our success.
You were a guy that was asked to be a leader early on. You talked about how Pat's a young guy and became that leader. Did it surprise you that he became the leader that he was so quickly, or did you expect that as he kind of developed in time?
Well, I think once you start playing, you kind of get a little say-so. And so, he's a guy that came in and was able to come in and play, and actually play extremely well for us. And so, when you have people that are, they have results to back up what they're saying, then all of a sudden, people like to listen to him. And so I think he's a guy that was able to come in for us and play extremely well, all throughout camp, all throughout, spring ball and coming into the season playing extremely well. So, when he says things and he has some input he wants to put in, then, we listen to him because we know, he's put in the work and he's been a guy that's been able to listen and make plays for us.